If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you already are doing somewhere between 10K a month and probably even 100K per month. You do have clients, you have revenue, you might even have a closer, you even maybe have a small team. From outside, if I would have to look at the business, everything looks fine. But behind the scenes where you actually understand what's happening, something doesn't feel right to you. If you look at your business, you probably are saying, you know what, revenue isn't predictable, lead flow isn't predictable, sales aren't predictable, some months are good, but then some months are really stressful where you're operating under a lot of pressure. And no matter how hard you work, the business still depends too much on you. Like you can't take a 1 month off, you can't switch off, you can't fully relax, and you're constantly sometimes thinking about where does your next client really comes from and how you will fulfill the clients that you already have. Now here's why this might be the most important business video that you watch this year. Because while most coaches, consultants, and agency owners and service businesses are chasing their latest funnel, ad strategy, AI tool, content framework, appointment setting method, or lead generating tactic, or even a viral framework, almost nobody is asking the question that really matters in business. Why did that specific strategy work in the first place for that specific business? Because every business, you have to understand here, is different. We have a different founder operating a business, different offer, different market, different economy. We have a different conversion rate. We also have a different team operating behind the business. We have a different constraint and a bit different also bottleneck in that business. The funnel that helped one business scale may completely fail another business. The content strategy that was generating leads for one business may never work for your business. The ad campaign that produced incredible results months ago may not work today for you. Yet every day I see founders being sold copy and paste solutions by agencies, consultants, and gurus who promise certainty without ever diagnosing the real problem in the business, which is kind of crazy. And that's why so many businesses stay stuck. Not because they are lazy, not because they are incapable, not because they are not hardworking. They are stuck because they are solving symptoms while ignoring the bottleneck that actually is limiting the business growth. I know this personally because I actually have lived through it. I have 5 failed businesses behind me. I didn't come from money. I didn't have investors. I didn't have wealthy parents funding my mistakes. I started from actual ground zero. I had 0 savings. And for years, I chased tactics. I chased funnels, ads, content, all the latest gurus, the best operators in the game. I was chasing outreach, courses, strategies, agencies. I was looking for the breakthrough. But the pressure wasn't just financial. Because as a business owner, you have to understand, I had a wife and I had 2 daughters. I had bills that needed to be actually paid on time. And there were months when I just couldn't pay everything on time. Months where the weight on of the actual business was following me everywhere I went. It followed me into relationships, into my decisions, into the sleep. Because when you are responsible for family, business failure isn't just another business failure. It becomes a personal problem. It's hard looking at your children and knowing there are things they want that you can't provide for them right now. It's hard watching other families do things that you can't afford to do and you wish that you actually could do. It's hard carrying that pressure every day while trying to build something really meaningful. And that's what led me to become obsessed with one simple question. Why do some businesses grow predictably while others constantly feel like they are on one bad month away from actual chaos? After more than 12 years of building businesses, failing businesses, studying businesses, and helping scale businesses, I discovered something that changed absolutely everything for me and other businesses. Every business runs on the same foundation. Not tactics, not hacks, not trends, not funnels, but the actual systems. And when the right system is missing, growth becomes really unpredictable. What I'm about to actually show you could save you hours, months, years, and potentially hundreds of thousands in wasted time, wasted money, and unnecessary stress. Because once you understand where the real bottleneck is, you stop guessing and you start engineering predictable growth that will actually grow your company. Most service businesses have exactly the same problem. Most coaches, consultants, and agency owners and service businesses think that they have an actual leads problem. They feel that once they get more leads, they will have more sales. With more sales, they will have more revenue. With more revenue, they can expand or grow a bigger team. With a bigger team, they can actually scale. but they don't actually have a leads problem. Most coach consultants and agency owners and service businesses have actually a systems problem, because here is what usually ends up happening. And this is like a repeating loop. So you have a 1 month that's really great and you feel like you're about to actually break through. Then suddenly 1 month is really slow and terrible. You have sometimes referrals coming in and sometimes they just stop coming in. You have content that works and maybe produced some clients, and then content just stopped working. You have sales that are really strong and then suddenly pipeline has just dried up. So at that stage, what ends up happening is the founder becomes the actual marketer, the salesperson, the closer, the operator, the account manager, and the firefighter. So yes, your revenue grows, but the stress grows faster than the actual revenue itself. And eventually the business becomes dependent on the founder, and the founder becomes dependent on the business because the business is supporting the actual lifestyle and paying the actual bills. So at that stage, you don't actually have a business. You have a really high paying job with a really high salary. Let me show you some examples. We have Olivia stuck exactly at 10K per month. The same problems as most of the founders going through. Also thought that there's not enough leads, there's not enough sales. Once we fix the leads, we will have more sales, more revenue. But that's not the case. We installed exactly a custom systemized system for that specific business to solve one bottleneck at a time, to remove the constraint so the business can actually grow. From 10K to 50K per month in 32 days, from 50K to 200K per month in 90 days. Sam from 30K to 100K per month in 82 days, from 100K to 500K per month in 237 days. Daniel from 10K to 80K per month in 64 days, from 80K to 250K per month in 150 days. Adam from 120K to 500K per month in 80 days, from 500K to 1.2 million per month in 194 days. Same with Salah, same with Robbie, same with Jake, Jordan, and Martin. Most of these founders were plateaued and stuck at the same revenue because they were trying to focus on actually chasing tactics to solve symptoms, not the main actual constraint inside of their business. So the pattern is always the same. The businesses that scale fastest aren't usually the smartest. They don't have the smartest founders. They are the businesses with the actual best systems built. So what do we actually do at Systems for Scaling is really simple. We engineer predictable client acquisition systems for service businesses doing between 10K and 100K per month. So how we do this? There are 5 stages. We identify the actual bottleneck, we install the systems, we build the infrastructure, we create predictable growth without increasing actual chaos or breaking the fulfillment. So the goal isn't here to get more leads. The goal is to have predictable revenue every single month. So what I want to suggest is this. Let's jump on a quick, what I like to call systems bottleneck diagnostic call. Now, before you click away, let me just be really clear what this call is about, because most of you think that this is going to be a sales call. This is not a sales call. Me or my team is not going to jump on a Zoom call trying to convince you to buy something that you actually don't need or something that's not going to actually help you. In fact, the reason we start with diagnostic is because there's no such a thing as one-size-fits-all solutions. Okay? Because this is usually the recipe for disaster if an agency or another business or another operator is trying to offer somebody a solution that is like offered to another agency or another business before. Because every business is different. Even 2 businesses in the exact same niche can require completely different systems, different founders, different offers. There's different teams, different constraints, different goals, different bottlenecks. Some businesses have demand problem, some have conversion problem, some have delivery problem, and some have actual decision-making problems inside of their business. So each business is completely different. It doesn't matter if you're in the same niche, with the same offer, with the same revenue, everything is still different. And until we identify the real bottleneck, prescribing solution is just like guessing, and it's absolutely crazy. So this is exactly why most agencies, most coach consultants and service businesses actually fail. They sell the solution before they diagnose the problem. Most agencies will try to sell you something before they actually diagnose the problem. It's like walking in a doctor's office and the doctor just prescribes you a medicine without actually knowing what is exactly the case. So we do actually the opposite. On this call, we first identify the primary bottleneck currently limiting the growth inside of the business. We look at demand, conversion, delivery, decision making, and then we will determine exactly which system is missing, broken, or constraining the actual growth. Only after we identify the bottleneck, we will discuss the system required to actually remove it. Because our goal isn't to install more tools, our goal is to remove the constraint preventing predictable growth. If we believe we can help you, we'll show you the exact system we recommend, and from there, it's your choice to make, not ours. If we don't believe we are the right fit, we will also tell you that on the actual call. Either way, you will walk away with complete clarity on what's holding the business back and what needs to actually happen next. So if you're currently doing anywhere between 10K and 100K per month, and you are serious about building predictable growth without creating more chaos, click the link in the description. Let's jump on a quick system bottleneck diagnostic call, and let's find a constraint that you currently have, and let's try to remove it.